All right, so we've got an annular solar eclipse going down on October 14th. How are you feeling about it overall? Are you excited? Are you um like jubilant? How are you feeling?
So, I mean, I'm very excited. Any eclipse and anything astronomy is always a lot of fun. The cool thing, of course, is that we have two eclipses upcoming. And interestingly enough, the eclipse that's in October is ignored, and people don't think that it's a big deal. But look at the picture behind me, which is an example of such an event. So, yes, it can be very cool. And yes, I'm very excited.
Awesome. So we're looking at around 96% totality here in Austin for this occasion. Is that correct?
I think that number is about accurate. But again, if you look at the picture behind me, this is very much taken from a center line of such an eclipse. Because a solar eclipse, you have to be in the right location. It's not like a lunar eclipse that as long as you can see the moon, you can see the eclipse. With a solar eclipse, you have to be in the right spot. So for October 14th, we are not, Austin is not in the center. So all we will get is a partial eclipse. And I think that number of 96 is about correct. If you would travel to just south of San Antonio, then you can get a picture like what is behind me, which is a little bit more, but it won't get dark because
Right.
that's April.
Yeah, that's April 2024. So I do want to know that in that particular case, if you're going to see that eclipse, at no point do you take your glasses off like you would in that path of totality on April the 8th, right?
That's absolutely correct. At all times for October 14th, you need something like this. And they come in different formats. This is our eclipse glasses. But as long as there is any portion of the sun visible, you must have proper protection. And the April 8th event, when it truly gets dark, that is the one time where you can take off your glasses, and you want to because there's so many cool things to see. But October 14th, no, there is not a moment that you can take off those glasses. You need to have protections at all time.
Yeah, and especially when you've got those sun's rays still extending out from that center of that moon. Is that correct?
Yeah, so in this case, it would be a ring, and it is that bright that it would damage your eyes. And it's the ultraviolet, just like it burns your skin. In this case, it would burn your retinas, and your retinas don't heal. So once you have damaged them, you have damaged them for good. So you have to be careful with that.
Absolutely, absolutely. And so, what is in your mind the most fun part about watching these solar eclipses, these lunar eclipses? What do you like and what do you enjoy most about them?
Well, because it's my subject, there are many. Talking to people about it, show people how beautiful our nature and our solar system is. For me personally, at events like this, it gives you a scale of the solar system. How large or how small is it, the place that we live in? And just the sheer chance that our moon at much closer to us than the sun, which is much larger but further away, and then somehow they match up just the exact same size. That's just fun to talk about, and seeing things that you normally cannot see. How many times do we talk with people about the sun? You as meteorologist, you might say, "Hey, it's hot," but or cold, but you don't talk specifically about the sun or how the sun works or what is visible. And with events like this, suddenly people become aware of, hey, cool, look at this. This is something unusual, and are paying attention to something that they normally are not to. And me as an educator and as an astrophysicist, yeah, that makes me exciting. That's very cool stuff.
All right, awesome. So, what makes this slightly different other than it not getting dark? Like, what is the difference between this particular one with that ring still being around it and the one in April where it's all just going to be covered? Is it based on how far or how close the moon is to Earth? Or what would that be like?
The short answer is yes, it is. The better answer, remember from a couple of weeks ago, we had a blue supermoon. Now, a blue moon is just a second full moon in a month. And it doesn't turn blue, as we all know. The supermoon portion is just that it's larger because the moon is closer to us. So what is happening and how we can compare the two events that are upcoming is that for October 14th, the moon happens to be a little further away, so not a supermoon, and therefore is a little smaller, and in that case, just not enough to cover the entire sun. On April 8th, it is more like we have a supermoon, so it's close by, it's larger, and it is large enough to cover the entirety of the sun. That is the big difference between the two.
Nice. And so, do you consider October 14th a prequel of sorts to April 8th? Or do you believe this is more of like a separate occasion?
No, I see it really as a prequel, especially for us here in Texas, because they go right across what I've been saying. X marks the spot right over Texas. You can see both. And the funny thing is, most people are talking about April 8th because it is a total eclipse that will be more spectacular, and people are ignoring October 14th. So if October 14th would have been by itself, we would have had interviews all over the place because everybody is focusing on that. So I really see this as a wake-up call from, hey, something cool for the real thing on April 8th. Get ready, get your glasses, because everybody will sell out of them.
Yeah, I bet they would. Now, my thing is, can climate change negatively affect the sight of lunar or solar eclipses, or is this just a whole separate thing all its own?
I would say it is all separate. The one interaction that you could have is increased cloud cover or decreased cloud cover. If there are clouds, there's not much to see. Although April 8th, it still gets dark, whether we have clouds or not. So the change in cloud cover would be the one thing. Other than that, there is not really a link between climate change and what we are going to experience on either dates.
Yeah, I can understand that. So, is there really anything else you would like to add?
When you look for glasses, the important thing is that they must be ISO certified. And it should be on the glasses, and it's there's an ISO 12312-2 if you really want to be precise. Unfortunately, there are a lot of fake products out there. And the vendor that are selling these, and I'm most definitely not the only one. A good source is the American Association American Astronomical Society, AAS.org. They have a website with all approved vendors. All those vendors had to send in their test reports, so you know when you buy it from one of those that it will be safe. Obviously, we have done that. We have our certification. So on the eclipsestore.com, the glasses that we sell are absolutely safe and are guaranteed. And one thing that we try to do, because most vendors sell these in this format, and that is expensive. So ours come pre-folded and are individually wrapped. And so we're one of the cheapest that you can get small amounts of glasses. So mom and pop in the country, if they just need some 2 or 3 glasses and they don't want to buy 50, as most of us want, for $5, 2 pair of glasses, free shipping. But get yours either from us or from somewhere else. Get them now because they will sell out as more people are paying attention to this.
Yeah, absolutely. And is there anything else you would like to add about the excitement for what's coming up, the fact that people are overlooking it, or any other subject relating to this?
Well, the one other subject that I want to say is that we partnered with a local artist. Support your local starving artist, and she made some incredible artwork for us. So it's all themed related, and half of the proceeds go to her. Again, that is a local artist called Anita Brosius. And the only place where you can get this stuff is at our website. And again, half of the proceeds go to support her.
All right. Awesome. Thank you so much for taking the time to chat with me this morning. It's really going to be a very interesting situation on October the 14th when we get that annular solar eclipse just south of San Antonio with that total path of totality. But even here with the 96.1% of totality, then we would have that really good look. But again, got to make sure we have those glasses on, of course. You're absolutely right.
Yes. Okay.
All right. Thank you very much. Have a good one.
Thank you.